All right, so hopefully that solved the problem. I don't know yet, but we will see shortly. I'm really hoping it does. It sounds like it's a whole lot better, which is good. So we're rolling with it now. Yeah, sorry, I just have to have this mic in front of my face now, but at least you guys can hear me. This is probably more appealing. We'll see here. Looks good, so everything's going good now. Uh, no audio. V Stag, don't be don't be doing that to me, my friend. Jeez, oh man. All right, so we got it. It looks like the quality is pretty good. Oh, thank God. That was some stressful. I'm over here like having a panic attack. Like, oh my gosh, supposed to be doing a live stream. All right, Kyle's Fish Room at Love Diesel. Do you know about Jim's meetup on the 28th at Something Fishy? Are you going? Oh, a gaming headset, yes, Kevin. But yeah, I did not know about it. Let me see what the date is. The 28th. I know I pick up Nick on the 27th, and so yeah, I probably will be going, but I haven't heard anything about it. To be honest, I have not. Oh, and then there we go. All right, so I'm glad that we're finally working. How is the quality of the video? Because I'm hoping it's better than the Pixel, so just straight off my phone. So hopefully that's the case, and hopefully we can have a good live stream tonight instead of having all the difficulties. All right, so let's go through. First of all, Lanky Shrimp. Thank you so much for a super chat. $2 super chat. That makes me feel a lot better because I really didn't know how this live stream was gonna go because we were having so many issues. So I really do appreciate that. You guys are all saying the video quality is great. Thank you. Caleb Pittman, $5 super chat. Can you give my wonderful wife Samantha a shout out for Mother's Day? Caleb, that is really sweet of you. That's a nice thing for you to do, not only for your wife, but for me. I really appreciate the super chat. So, yes, Samantha Pittman, shout out to you. Happy Mother's Day. I'm sure you and Caleb either have some great children, whether they're animals or actual kids. But shout out to you. So, Samantha, I hope you're having an amazing day. And make sure to give Caleb a huge hug for me for being so generous. And so thank you guys for everything. Thank you for being supportive in the fact that the live stream was going terrible and the quality. Like I'm gonna have to rewatch it and see what what the actual sound was coming out because everyone was saying I was like T-Pain or something. I don't know. Well, let's go back up. Thank you guys. And before I get into today's stream, I want to say this. I want to say Happy Mother's Day. And this is whether you're a biological mom, whether you're a mom figuratively, and you take care of someone, or you're a mother role in someone's life. You are important. You are a unique person. My mom is one of the. She is the reason I am who I am today. I just have to say that my mom was awesome. I was blessed with an amazing mom. Her name's Andrea. She is the most loving, supportive person I've ever met in my whole life. And a lot of my positivity, a lot of my attitudes, all good, all come from her. She has been an amazing mom. My dad, growing up, was out of town a lot, working, supporting the family. And my mom held it all together with me and my brother. And we were not easy at times. We definitely were not easy. So my mom is a saint. She's just an awesome, awesome woman. She chases after God like fiercely, and so she is quite the role model for me. And so I definitely want to give her the biggest shout out today because today is all about mothers and people like her. So I'm sure no matter who you are, you have a figure in your life that is a mother figure. And if you forgot, give them a call today. Even leave this stream right now and give them a call because without mothers, none of us would be here. All of us came from mothers. We do have to agree with that. And so much love to all you moms out there, and it's just a beautiful thing. So thank you for putting up with all of our crap. raising us and doing all the hard things, wiping our butts when we were babies, and just speaking into us. I know I wouldn't be doing this shrimp business if it wasn't for my mom, because she was the first person that believed in me. She was the one that said, I wanted a 125-gallon tank, and she made it happen. She actually paid for. I want to say, I don't remember how much of it she paid for, but I want to say she paid for pretty much all of it. She bought the lights, she bought the gravel, like everything. Maybe not the gravel. I think the gravel came with it, but she pretty much bought everything for it. She's awesome. My dad's awesome too, so I don't want to take any credit away from him. But my mom is someone that is truly special, and so I had to start off Mother's Day live stream like that. So just much love to her. And so now we can go through and let me give you a quick update on where I'm at and what's going on with me and Amanda in the business. So first of all, I got little Ruby's right down here. She's sleeping. She's been a sweetheart lately. Although right before the live stream, to add a bit of stress to it, I took her outside. She ran around for 15 minutes. I bring her up here, and as soon as she gets up here, she pees on the carpet. Like literally, like where is it? Right there, she peed. And yeah, it was just a little extra stress right beforehand. Then the audio went to crap, and it was just like, bah, like so much going on. But it all works out. Here we are. She's sleeping now. Thank God. That's a good thing. I'm sure if I don't watch her, there'll probably be a little turd up here before long. She's at that age where she likes doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, so a lot of good stuff going on. We are starting brand new fish room, the one that I've been talking about for a little while. I've talked about in like way past videos from a long time ago. But we have a lot of great stuff going on. Yeah, I'm just so excited. So we will have that fish room done. Hopefully, either by the end of this coming week or the week after. I want it done within 2 weeks for sure. And a lot of it's already done. Like we had the installation done. I just got to finish the electrical. We did a little bit on Saturday. I'm going to come out with the video for that. And yeah, there's what else we got going on in there. I'm ordering all of the insulation that we have left. Ordering the drywall, all that good stuff. So we're really moving forward with it rather quickly. So that's going to be really, really, really exciting. And so there's some really, really good stuff going on. I want to scroll down and make sure we're still good. All right, so nobody's complaining about bad audio or anything. So it looks like we're still good. So the fish room is coming along. You guys stay tuned for videos about that. I ordered 6 huge, I guess they're huge in my opinion. They're the Laguna 110-gallon ponds. They're beautiful, beautiful ponds. And I ordered 6 of those to go in that room. We're going to do some indoor breeding and keeping of shrimp for wholesale. And so it's going to be quite the adventure. This next import, we are going to learn a lot because we're trying a lot of different things, switching some things that didn't work the first time. And we can go over that at some point tonight. And so yeah, it's good. What else we got? Little Ruby got Amanda a nice little Mother's Day present. She got her some earrings and a necklace from PetSmart, and then she has a matching little medallion that goes on her collar. And so Amanda was all excited like that. And then I got her to put her hand in some paint and put it on the paper, so it was like her signing it. So it was really cool. So we've had a good Mother's Day. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty exhausted. Today I haven't worked at all. I just went and hung out with my mom, went to church, went out to eat, came home. Amanda got off work. We hung out for a tiny bit, and then now I'm here. So it's been an action-packed day. But let me see what all is going on with everyone. First of all, you guys, thank you for being here on Mother's Day. I know a lot of you are probably out hanging out with family, which is a great thing. And I'd much rather you guys be doing that than watching the live stream. But for those of you that are here, thank you for being here. And for those of you that listening on the replay, thank you for being a part of this. So much love to all of you. But let's get down to some questions. Kyle's Fish Room asks, do you know about Jim's meetup with, if you guys don't know who Jim is, that's Sashimi Whiskey. Jim's meetup on the 28th at Something Fishy. And then he asked, am I going? And so the reason he's doing a meetup is because Nick Richards is coming in from Wales. He's actually staying probably 5 minutes from my house. He's going to be chilling with us, hanging out at Flip Aquatics. He's going to be going around hanging out with Jimmy, traveling, a little bit, seeing some sites here in the United States. He is from Wales, so he's coming a long way to hang out with us. And so I'm guessing, I know that's why the meetup's happening. I didn't know about the date or anything like that. And so I think I'll probably go. I don't think I have anything going on the 28th, but I'm not 100% sure. And that will be a lot of fun. And then other than that, Kevin Hyatt says, "Are you wearing a gaming headset?" And yes, this is a gaming headset. If you guys didn't know, whenever I get really stressed out, whenever I have a long day, I like coming home. I like chilling out for like an hour, playing a video game, doing something like that, just to kind of have a distraction, kind of get your mind off of everything. And so, yeah, I do a little gaming. I have this nice setup of a computer. Got my desktop over here, my modem. I got a huge screen right here, and then a little screen right here, which I actually like the little screen better because the quality is so much better on it for whatever reason. But yeah, so this is a gaming headset. King Lee said, "King Lee in the house. What's going on, King Lee? Shout out to you." He said that looks like some sweet gaming headphones, and they are. My mother-in-law. Shout out to her. Happy Mother's Day to Lori, my mother-in-law. She got her and Scott and Andy all got me these for I think my birthday. And so that was a really nice gift. S. Alucio says, "I want to ask you if it's okay if I have neocaridina and a few crystal reds in my tank. And I did a test and it said KH1 and GH6, TDS 169. Should I leave them in there?" So crystal reds would be great in that tank. Neos, if you want them to thrive and breed, they will not thrive and breed in that tank because it's a little soft form, but they will live. And they will probably breed a little bit, not a ton. And so I would personally leave them in there and give it a go. It's not worth setting up another tank, but I guess it depends on how much you love the Neos and how much you really want them to breed. If you want them to breed a ton, separate them into their own tank and then go from there. Valley Fish says, "Lup, what is your routine for washing your hands before you put them into your shrimp tanks?" Valley Fish, that is actually an amazing question. I've never got that before, and I've never even thought to talk about that before, but that is an extremely good question. What is my routine when I'm sticking my hands in my tanks? So I actually use Dawn dish soap. I use the blue type. That's the type that they use on like birds after they have like an oil spill or something like that. It's very non-toxic. At least my understanding is it's non-toxic. And so before if I'm going around in the fish room, I always wash my hands when I get there, and then I always wash them. Like if I stick my hands in a tank that I know, the shrimp aren't doing well, or if it's an imported tank at the very beginning, every time I stick my hands in a tank, I wash them. And so it gets a little excessive. So I really try hard not to stick my hands into the tank. The other thing we do is we keep nets, one net for each tank. And if we don't have enough nets, then we keep some in a vinegar solution, and that will kill off any bacteria that could spread. So that's what we do. Esaluzio says, "How can I lower the TDS?" You can lower the TDS by adding in pure RO water or distilled water, maybe adding in a little bit to get it down to 125 TDS, something like that. That'll probably get your KH next to zero, if not already zero, and that'll bring it on your GH to 1 or 2 or something like that. SSJ Shar or Chair, I don't know. I'm guessing Shar. "Oh dang, did you buy a webcam?" Yes, I bought a webcam, and it all started. I started doing Google Hangouts with some mentors and other things like that, and I hated being on my laptop. The laptop would freeze up. It was just so inconvenient. So I figured I'm always working right here, so I might as well just have a webcam where I can just go right off of here. So that's what I did, and it really I'm pretty happy with the way it worked out. So let me try to catch up. McMurray said, "How funny! It's so funny how quickly Rob responded when he saw the word gaming." Yeah, that's true. We got Tawny Morin in the house. What's going on, Tawny? Thank you for being here. Happy Mother's Day to you. Animals and a son, Caleb said. Yeah, so Caleb, you got your hands full. You and Samantha, I believe you said. You guys are busy, busy, busy. Esaluzio dropping all the questions today. Said, "I wanted to ask you if it's okay if I..." Oh, that's a repeat question. I already got that. Joel Gillot said, "Hey, all, enjoyed the fish room tour earlier. Thank you so much." I had to big to get Amanda on there. But now that she's on there, hopefully she's more confident in front of the camera, and that's my goal because I really want to get Amanda involved in the YouTube channel because she just has such a beautiful personality, and she's so good when talking to people. And so I know she would be a complete natural at it. And people are tired of looking at this ugly mug, so I'm sure they would much rather look at Amanda. And at least we could switch on and off, and she could become more of a part of Flip Aquatics and the YouTube channel. So that's what I'm working towards. I'm slowly getting her in, and so it's going to be really good. Um, Mick Murray says the weird crab though. Yeah, there's this crab in the video that we posted earlier today. It was like, I mean, the thing was sweet. It had like coral all over it. It was beefy. You could barely even tell that it was a crab. That's how crazy it was. And so yeah, it was a sweet crab. It never moved though, so I don't know. I don't even know where its eyes were. That's how crazy it looked. Let's see. King Lee said, at S. Luzio, if you can get your water a little harder, it would be better. Neocaridina is like hard water. Yes, that's so true. Neocaridina, like I would say at least 200 TDS, which represents like a KH of, I want to say 8 or 9. And they usually like or a GH of 8 or 9 and a KH of like at least 3 for Neos. If you want to do them successfully and breed them like to the maximum capacity. And so, what else we got? We got Jesse Pearson tuning in. He said, "What's up, fellow Aqua Junkies? We are all here. You know, we love aquariums and shrimp and fish and all that stuff. If we're sitting here watching the live stream on Mother's Day, so either you guys are just hanging out and really, really love it, or you were just not near your mom or something like that." S. Luzio says, "What about for the red crystals?" So I'm sorry, I'm so far behind Luzio, but I'm sure hopefully I answered the majority of your questions. Let me try to. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to skip as quick as I can. Kyle's Fishroom says, I have 3 Neocaridina tanks, but I'm hesitant to get any Caridina. I have an RODI unit. Just haven't pulled the trigger. Any advice? So Kyle, my biggest advice: go watch my recent video on how to breed freshwater shrimp. It's like the one thing that is the most important, or one factor that's most important. I posted it maybe a week ago, and it really goes in depth on water parameters and what you need. And so I would really go look at that, figure out if you want Caridina, try to match their parameters. You could order. I use Salty Shrimp GH Plus for most of Caridina. Some I use GH and KH Plus, but I explain all that in the video, so check that out. And I promise you'll get a lot of good information out of there. SS Jar or J Char says, I got a question. I have some blue velvets, and some of them are turning green now. I have a carpet of dwarf hairgrass. Are they just trying to match that green color? Yes. So here's the thing. So a lot of people sell what are called green jellies, which is just a green blue velvet. So blue velvets, like all shrimp, will match their parameters. They'll match the tank that they're in. So like if you have them in with green, then they will probably turn green. So I would say the fact that they're turning green is completely normal. And so people actually pay more money for the green ones, whereas they don't know that as soon as they get put in a tank that has like white sand with no green around, they're going to turn right back to blue. And so yeah, so don't worry about that at all. That happens a lot with blue velvets, and no surprise there. Nick K says, you got that gaming headset. Amen. You got to have the gaming headset. Steam Fought Aquatics says, the picture is so clear, not used to it. Yes, so that's what I want to hear. I'm glad that Google Hangouts is actually a lot better way to do this. So that's probably going to be the way I'm going to do this in the future. It just seems like a better fit. I'll get better at it, I'm sure, and maybe be able to stream from like OBS or whatever it's called, and really get technical with it. But I figured this was a good way. I know Corey from Aquarium Co-op really has been pushing me to do live streams this way, so I'm glad I finally got around to doing it. Nick K said, do you think an outdoor shrimp pond in mostly shade would be okay? I think an outdoor pond, the only way I would do it is in mostly shade, and so I think it will be great. And it depends a lot on where you're at, what the temperatures are going to be. But I'm in Ohio, so I'm northern United States, and that's what I'm just getting ready to test out. So if you want to be a part of it too, you should set up yours here in the next probably 2 weeks, and we'll all kind of start our ponds at the same time, try them out with shrimp, and kind of see what all of our results are by the end of the year. I'm really anxious to try it. To be honest, I'm really looking forward to it. The outdoor pawning series will be great. I'm just really looking forward to seeing the way the shrimp look by the end of the summer, and seeing how much the sun plays an impact on the way they look. And I know I talked about this in a stream a while ago, but the way, like, we always talk about shrimp look better when they're outdoors, and we always wondered why. But I look at it as like shrimp, they get darker outside, their shells get thicker because it's like sunscreen. So like if you put like a really bad looking red outside, it's gonna get a nice red color because it's trying to thicken up its shell, reduce the amount of sunlight that's going through it. Just my philosophy, or just my opinion on it, and so my observation. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and so we'll see what happens. McMurray Farm says, at Love Diesel, you are an electrical engineer and yet you don't have much videos on light. Come on, DIY us, man. So I am actually not an electrical engineer. My brother is an electrical engineer. He is the genius in the family, so to say. I am actually an accountant, and then I work for my family's company, which is an electrical company. And so now I'm not a licensed electrician, but I would say when it comes to residential, I'm probably better than most licensed electricians. I've been doing it for a long time, and I've really perfected it. And that's not bragging, I promise. I'm just really proud of what I do, and I feel like I really take pride in my work. So that's a lot of people don't pride themselves on their work, and they just kind of slop it together. And I'm not that way. So Ama Aquatics says the picture quality is superb. That's really good to hear. I'm glad that that's the case. King Lee was answering Lucio. V-Stack. So yeah. Uh, so yeah. Never mind. I was gonna say something, I changed my mind. But VSAG says hit that like button / share. Yeah, if you guys want to hit that like button, I know I always appreciate it. If you want to share it, that's always great too. The more people in here, the better off we are, and the more we can just kind of hang out and talk. Um, let's see, Bradley. I don't know, Lewandowski, maybe. He says at Love Diesel / Flip Aquatics, is play sand safe for aquariums? Is play sand safe for aquariums? I would say most of the time yes, but I guess it depends on what the play sand is made out of. Most of it, I would say, is completely fine for shrimp. One way that you can test it is you can put some sand into RO water. So like, say a gallon jug of RO water, dump some sand in there, test the TDS before you dump it in, and then a day later test the TDS again. If the TDS raised, then you know it's leaching something. And so that's one way I always check to see if something is safe for aquariums or not. I saw a lot of people, like if they ever get rocks like from creeks or something that look cool and they want to use them for their aquarium, they'll like take the rock, dump peroxide on it, and if the peroxide like foams up like it would if on a cut, then the rock isn't good for aquariums. It's not safe. It's leaching something that is toxic, or some kind of metal is reacting with the peroxide, and so it's not good. Jeff, my name is. Did you meet Amanda at the fish store? No, I met Amanda. It's a really cool story. So Christine Ha, who also has a YouTube channel, she's an awesome person. She talks about shrimp, like that's her main thing. Right now she's really busy. I did an interview with her probably a couple weeks ago, or actually probably a month or two ago now. But Christine Ha did a video on royal blues, and my wife watched her video, loved the royal blues, and she saw that, she got them from me. And so she messaged me on Facebook and said, hey, I want to get some of your royal blues, blah, blah, blah. So we talked for a little while, and then I linked a video for her to go watch that I did on royal blue care. And she watched that video, and she's like, man, this guy sounds really young. Like, wonder what he looks like. Then she found a video of what I look like, and then the rest is history. She fell in love at first sight, and it was just good. No, that's not completely true. But she did see the video of me, thought I was good looking. We started talking for a while. We talked for like 6-7 months. It just worked out that I was in her area. We met up, really hit it off, and then fell in love. Here we are, like a year and a half later, married. We got a little dog named Ruby. I'm sure kids are coming at some point. And so yeah, it's really good. And It's cool how it all works out. And I always say if YouTube was if I got one thing out of YouTube, it was my wife, and that's the blessing of it. King Lee said, "Sorry to hear that. What happened?" Uh-oh. Um, Khalik ST said, "CBS, CRS, Missouri all died." Ooh, that's not good. There's nothing good about shrimp dying at all. Sashimi Whiskey said, "Sorry I haven't talked to you about it. Super busy over here, Rob. Thanks, Kyle, for bringing it up." Yeah, Sashimi, you need to send me the details on that. I'd love to hear what's going on. And again, if you guys missed, we're doing a meetup with Nick Richards. He's coming into town, and he's going to be here for a week. He's coming in from Wales, and apparently there's a shrimp. I know Jeremy messaged something about it. I think he's coming into town for it, and so it's going to be a cool little event. It'll be fun to just hang out with some shrimp and fish people, and just have a good time. So we'll see how that goes. That'll be a lot of fun. Esaluzio says, "But would affect my neocaridina if I leave the water the same." Esaluzio, if you leave your water completely the same, nothing will happen. I'm sure of it. Let's see. Peter Atfield said, "I have some CRS, but a lot seem to have their up all the time. Does anyone know about this?" So by curled up, clean their tails, so they like curl it up and like stick their hands back there. And so if they're constantly curled up and they're walking around with them being curled up, you probably have an issue. I'm not sure what it is because I've never experienced that, but I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely something, if you want, Peter, what you can do, my email is rob@flipaquatics.com. If you want to send me a picture of it, and let me know what it looks like, then I can better help you diagnose what's going on in your tank, and we'll go from there. But yeah, so we got some superstars in the house. We got Sashimi Whiskey. We got Steamfod Aquatics. We got King Lee. Neon Tetra. I see Tetra Aquarius is in the house. A lot of people just hanging out on this Mother's Day. So thank you all for being here. Susan from SLC Aquatics is in the house. Susan, thank you for being here. And just really appreciate you guys being a part of the live stream. KT says, "Rob, could you explain Paracaridina? Are they harder or more difficult to keep?" So Paracaridina are ones that aren't really bred in the United States. They're mainly imported from China. And basically, I think Paracaridina, the only difference between them and Caridina is they're missing like one segment on their tail. I apologize for not knowing the technical term of it, but they're just a little bit smaller of a shrimp. So let's say they get to a max of 3/4 of an inch or an inch instead of an inch and a half. And yeah, they're probably harder and more difficult to keep because most of them are not USA bred. Most of them are imported direct from the rivers, and so yeah, I would say they're much harder. We had a huge tank of Super Princess bees for a while, and we were breeding them. We got another Paracaridina species back here. I forget what the name of them. It's not blue bee. We thought it was blue bee, and it turned out to be something else. But I'll have to do an update on their tank. I lost all the adults, but luckily they bred right before, and I got like 20 babies or something like that. So I'm really hopeful that they'll do well. And the reason we had some die off in the tanks back here because of the fluctuations in temperature up here. One Ohio is crazy, and I'm sure there's other places like this. But one week it's like 75 degrees, the next week it's 36 degrees, and I don't always remember to plug the baseboard heater in up here or the like little heater unit or turn on the air conditioner, and so the fluctuations were not good for the shrimp. Put it that way. And so, note to self: don't ever put shrimp in your upstairs if it's not like perfectly heated and cold and the same as the rest of your house. Now, if it's in the living room where temperatures are pretty much always the same, you're fine. But yeah, so we had some issues with that. Mackenzie Ferguson in the house says, "What is the recipe for your vinegar solution?" So the vinegar solution that we do for nets, we like. There's no method to our madness whatsoever. Like I'll literally take a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket, fill it up with 4 gallons of water, and dump probably 3 cups of vinegar in there, and that's what I use. I'll use it for like 4 days to disinfect the nets. After 4 days, the vinegar, after like 2 weeks, vinegar goes bad and it like starts molding on your net. So don't leave it that long. So after like 3 or 4 days, we dump it all out, and then we'll restart the process once we get enough dirty nets again. Um, So G Bear says nice quality, jumped big time. Glad you guys like the quality of the video. That's really cool. I'm really happy that there's a better quality video because it kind of sucks when it's all pixelated and I look like a Minecraft character. But I'm glad. Um, Rammer says, Rob, what's the setup in the background? Right back here, I got three Shrimp King tanks. Let me scoot out of the way. You guys can see them. We got this tank is the Paracaridina tank. This tank is the Super Princess Bee tank, or not Super Princess. It used to be Super Princess Bee tank. Those were the Super Princess Bees. Unfortunately, the temperature swings got them, and I'm really bummed about it. Not only because I really love them, and they were awesome, and I killed them, but because they were extremely expensive, and that really stinks too. But it is what it is. These are the Taiwan bees. These ones are the Aurora tigers, and they're all doing decent. This tank's probably doing the best. The Taiwan bees are breeding like crazy. I think there was like 4 buried ones in there. There's probably like 40 babies, something like that. This tank's doing okay. It's got like 20 babies. This tank is doing the worst. It it had some nice Aurora Blues in there, but the Aurora Blues died off, and then there's just like maybe 10 babies or something like that. So we have a chance to recover. But thank you for asking about those tanks. They're all those Shrimp King tanks. They're really nice tanks, and really do enjoy them. They get neglected because they're here and not with my other tanks. So I'm trying to make it more of a habit to do it right. Jimmy Russell said, "Do you feed your Neocaridina shrimplets something different from your adult ones?" So I do not, but what I do feed is a product called Bacter AE. Bacter AE, you can find it on our website at flipaquatics.com. We list out why we use Bacter AE in the product description and really go into it. But just a little bit about it is it's basically biofilm, it's microorganisms, it's bacteria all ground up, algae, all that good stuff. It's in a white powder form. You literally sprinkle on top of the tank. It starts snowing like Christmas in your tank, and the food spreads out everywhere. The shrimp are able to find it. They don't fight for the food. Baby shrimp, they don't like to move around too much when they're first born, so that makes sure that there's readily available food where they're at. The other thing that we use, is we use Indian almond leaves. We use Indian almond leaves in pretty much all of our tanks. The Indian almond leaves degrade and cause good organisms to thrive on them, and baby shrimp will eat those organisms. So those are the two things we really do to increase our baby shrimp survival rates, and that's what I got. Susan from SLC Aquatics. Amanda, we are all girls stream Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. So if that's inviting Amanda to be a part of it, I could really talk her into it. I know she would absolutely love that. And I'm sure that's a good time. I need to put that on my calendar. Let me write it down. Is it on your channel, Susan? Thursday, 8 p.m. Central. I will make sure to tune in. Thank you, Susan, for letting me know. And I will try to convince Amanda to be a part of it if I can. I'll do my best. And if you guys want her to, I don't know. I accidentally scroll down, so let me try to find. Okay, I think I know where we're at. Neon Tetra Aquarius says, Lup Diesel, do you have any blue carbon release? I do have some, not many. So they're kind of a rarity now. I sold most of them off and really wasn't planning on working with them again. And then somehow we had some left. They bred. Now we got more. And so I'm kind of torn whether I want to keep them going or what. And so we shall see what happens there. I'm not 100% sure yet. But yeah, great question. If we do decide to sell them, I'll let them know. I'll let you know. Kang Lee saying hit that like button and that bell. Yeah, so one thing you guys could do, if you enjoy what we do here at Flip Aquatics, if you enjoy watching the videos online, if you enjoy being a part of our family/community, there's a little bell on Lup Diesel, my YouTube channel, the main page. You hit that bell and it will send you an email every time that we're doing a live stream or every time that we are uploading a new video. It will let you know. So I always appreciate you guys setting that bell. It really helps me get more views in the very beginning of having a video up, which makes YouTube happy, which brings in new subscribers and all that good stuff. So I always appreciate you guys supporting me in that sense. But you don't have to. It's completely up to you. We got Laura in the house said, some parts of the world, it's not Mother's Day. For me, Mother's Day was in March. So there's no excuse to not not be here. Well, Laura, today is Mother's Day in the United States, and happy Mother's Day to you and all other moms that are listening, no matter where you are in the world. Today I am celebrating Mother's Day, so we want to send a ton of love to all you mothers out there. Let's see. G Bear says, Rob, are you selling wholesale? My LFS is interested. He's tired of getting sick imports from wholesalers. G Bear, we actually are. We're not doing it currently, like at this exact moment, because we're sold out. But the reason we're finishing this next fish room, is to start encompassing wholesale into Flip Aquatics, and so that room's hopefully going to be a lot of wholesale, some selective breeding, different things like that. I still got a lot of stuff up in the air and what I want to do with it, but it's definitely going to be wholesale. And so, yes, we are doing wholesale. Please send your pet store to me. Tell them we'll probably have shrimp available within 2 months. Hopefully, that's the plan. Hopefully sooner, to be honest. But we'll definitely have shrimp available by this coming fall. And so, G Bear, I would really appreciate that. And again, my email is rob@flipaquatics.com. Anyone listening, you guys can send me emails there too. I'm usually pretty good about getting back to emails now, but I'm better at getting back to YouTube comments. So you guys can comment. I'll be able to get back to you there. K-Leaks ST said, I really cried because all my CBS, CRS, Missouri all died. Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow when a lot of shrimp die. I've been there, trust me. And it is not a good feeling. You feel like you did something wrong, like you failed the shrimp died, you're sad about that. You spent all this money too, that is a huge part of it. There's just a lot of factors go into it. And the reason I fell in love with aquariums at the beginning, because it was like, you're in control of building this little environment for them to thrive in. So whenever something dies, like it's like you did something wrong personally, and it really sucks. Like it takes a jab on you. Del Muro Design, is that a General Scabers tank? Yes, it is. They are General Scabers tanks / Shrimp King tanks, and that's what we have behind us. So yeah, great question. Joel says, I can't even own shrimp in NZ, which is New Zealand, I believe. But I'm watching because Rob's an accountant like myself, which means he's totally awesome. Clearly. Joel, thank you for saying that. What kind of accountant were you? So Joel, my favorite type of accounting was cost accounting. I love cost accounting. I like forensic accounting. So if you give me a spreadsheet, I could look at the spreadsheet and just really dive into the numbers and find out what's going on, what's working, what's not working. So that's like my skill set. That's what I love doing. As far as accounting, the only accounting that I did as a profession. So I graduated with an accounting degree. I went into working at a doctor's office where I was actually their business manager, and then I handled all the finances there and the accounting and bookkeeping and all that kind of stuff. So it was kind of like the same type of accounting I'm doing now, just my own business. So I've never actually worked in an accounting firm, except for like unpaid jobs and stuff like that. But yeah, so great question. You guys have a lot of good questions tonight. Yeah, so again, we got a lot of great things going on in Flip Aquatics. Jeff, my old intern, I finally hired him. He's on for 40 hours a week, just really helping us out for the summer. He committed for working for us for 2 months, and so that's really exciting. And he's really doing us a big favor. So he's been there packaging shrimp for us, learning how to do everything. And so he's been a huge help because we've been so busy with this import order. And I know he's going to be a huge help when we get the next import in. So a lot of great things going on with Jeff. What else we got going on? The summer tubbing series with Shrimp Outdoors is coming up. That's something I'm really looking forward to. We're building the fish room right now to accommodate wholesale, which is going to be a huge project. There's going to be a lot of videos associated with that. We want to do the shrimp contest. I'm hoping we'll actually do that next month, and then we'll let it go until the end of the year, I'm guessing. And then we'll have a huge prize for the winner. And I'm thinking we'll have 2 categories, one for Caridina and one for Neo-Caridina. And so it's going to be a really, really cool process. And I don't know if we'll limit the amount of people that can enter, because I don't want to get 1,000 people entered, although that would be pretty amazing. But I want to keep it like a fun, little close knit competition, and so we'll see about that. The other thing is I want to do a shrimp Saturday. So here's the thing: is I do need to update you guys on this. So I'm getting away from having like scheduled videos. So like Shrimp Saturday, like I'm getting away from only doing Shrimp Saturday. Like I'd much rather have the freedom to post any video, because not all the time do I get in there and actually like talk about a specific shrimp. But I got this summer outdoor shrimp keeping series coming up. Got the new fish room build. We have a lot of big things happening, and I want to do videos on all that. And so if I'm only doing an update and a Shrimp Saturday video, then I'm not able to share the other videos. And so I'm kind of just for the summer, we're switching up a little bit, and we might even switch up the days that we upload. I have to figure that out before I announce it. I don't want to just prematurely say something. And so we're a lot of good changes are coming to the YouTube channel, Love Diesel / Flip Aquatics, soon to be just Flip Aquatics. We're moving in that direction, and so we just have a lot of great things coming up in the near future, and I'm really excited to be a part of it, and I'm glad that you guys are all part of it as well. But yeah, let's keep answering questions, keep going through. If you guys have any questions, and I know I'm pretty far up in the stream, so if you guys do have a question that you really want answered, throw in a $2 super chat, and then I guarantee that I'm going to see those. If not, then just tag me in it, and eventually I'll get to it. And I would love to answer as many questions as I can. And so Kyle's Fish Room says, "How come your Sakura Reds are all female? Was the import all females? Would you mix anything with them to breed?" So Kyle, they shouldn't all be females. We always try to include a good mix. If they are all females, we apologize. For whatever reason, importers generally send more females than they do males, and the reason being is females always have better color. And so, so if you got all females, you kind of got lucky, because all you need to do is go get like 3 cherry shrimp males, which anyone's willing to get rid of males, and throw them in there, and then you're gonna have a ton of babies in no time flat. But I do need to watch your unboxing video. Hopefully, they arrive good for you, and that's really what matters. But yeah, so I don't know what's going on with those. I know like our fire red and our painted fire reds were only females because that's what we ordered. Again, because they don't sell males in a higher quality for the reasons that males don't color up as nice. And I'm sure however they breed them, they get a lot more females than they do males. But yeah, definitely mix some males in there to start breeding with them. You look like a traffic controller. Yeah, so these gaming headsets, I mean, they're nice, but they're definitely big, and I need to figure out a better solution. So I might get like a mic for like my desktop and just set it like right here in the middle, and then hopefully that will sound really good. I tried using the webcam mic earlier, and it kind of ruined the video, and I had to restart it. So that kind of stunk. But it is what it is. You learn, you live, and you learn, and so it's all been good. Kyle's Fishroom says, "Tell us about the very beginning of you keeping shrimp and starting Flip Aquatics." So, Kyle, you want a little story time? I can make that happen. I love telling a good story. There's nothing better to connect with people than telling a story that they can relate to. So, this is the story of me getting into shrimp. It all started, my neighbor had an alligator. He kept it in a 75-gallon aquarium. The alligator was like a baby, so it was really, really small. He started going to the pet store, and he was getting ghost shrimp to feed to his alligator. And me and him were just talking, and he was feeding them, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." He's like, "Yeah, I spend so much money. The guy never has any, and it's like I really want the ghost shrimp, but I can never get them." And I was like, "Well, hey, like if I can breed ghost shrimp for you, like, would you want to buy them off me? Because I'm all about finding an angle and making a little extra money." And so he's like, "Yeah, like if you can breed them, like, I pay," I think he was paying like 10, 15 cents a piece. And he was like, "Yeah, I'll pay you 10 cents or whatever." And I'm like, "Done. Like if I can breed a ton of these, I'm going to be doing good." So I get ghost shrimp, put them in my community, 55-gallon tank. They all die. I'm like, "Man, well, that sucks." Try some more. I quickly realized that ghost shrimp do not breed in freshwater. They only breed in brackish water. Learn something new every day. So I'm like, "Oh man, like what am I gonna do now?" So I've been seeing these cherry shrimp on Aquabid, and if you guys don't know Aquabid, it's like an auction site for aquarium related things in the United States. So I get on Aquabid and I see these cherry shrimp, and I'm like, "Man, like these are cool." And so I keep going back and forth. I'm like, man, I'm gonna set up a 10-gallon tank just for cherry shrimp, and then I'll sell the cherry shrimp to them. I get the cherry shrimp, everything's going great. I start doing like ridiculous water changes, 50%, whatever. They all die like after like a month or two. I actually got to go back and find the video because I know I did videos on them, and they did not do good. And so I'm like, dang it. And also, what I did is I used sand on top of a on top of a under gravel filter. So the sand literally went all the way through the under gravel filter, and it was literally just two bubblers on the side, not pulling any water through the sand. And so that was a big mistake. And so they might have all just died because they didn't have good filtration. I don't think I let the tank cycle at all. So I made a lot of mistakes with that. And then at that point, I really enjoyed the shrimp because I was watching them. So I'm like, man, I'm doing this right. I'm really gonna do it right. And so then I go into and I look up, and at the time it was a business called Speedy Aquatics. So I go to Speedy Aquatics. They got all these cool shrimp. They're saying like Caridina won't breed with Neocaridina. So I'm like, man, I want to try these. And so at that time, blue velvets were the new shrimp on the scene. They were like $8 a piece or $10 a piece or something. And I'm like, I want these. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna order 20 blue velvets or whatever. And these tiger shrimp are looking really sweet. And I heard that they could breed, in the same parameters and whatever. So I'm like, I'm getting those. And remember, I'm using well water. So I get this 55-gallon tank. I got it for steel. I think I got it for like $20. I set it up upstairs near my room, and I put blue velvets and those tiger shrimp in it. So the blue velvets, tiger shrimp are going great. They're all buried up. I'm like, man, this is so easy. Like now I'm doing it right. And then I read something where they're like, hey, shrimp need RO water. So I'm like, man, I don't have RO water. I have well water. So I'm like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, I'm gonna buy an RO unit and I'm gonna start switching my shrimp over. And so the people, I got it from GLA, which is Greenleaf Aquariums, I believe. So GLA.com. And I went there, I bought the remineralizer to get the TDS up. And so I messaged the guy. I'm like, hey, how should I do this? Like, should I add it in like right away? Like, what should I do? He's like, slowly start adding the RO water in and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I can do that. So what I would do is I would do like a 10% water change. I would take out my old well water. I would add in pure 100% RO water. So I'd take out my well water, add in RO water, and I wouldn't remineralize the RO at all. And then once the RO was in the tank, then I would take a big scoop of remineralizer and plop it in the tank. And so I was the poor shrimp were going from like 150 TDS to 200 TDS over the course of like 30 minutes, like with me just dumping remineralizer in there. And I kept doing that, and eventually I kill all the shrimp. So then I'm a pretty competitive person, and I don't like failing. So I'm like, okay, like I am going to do this right. So my dad has a little room in his basement, and you guys can check these videos out. I set up a workbench. I built this workbench. I wire in the electrical. I set up 240 gallons on top of it and 220 gallons down below. And I start off with carbon Rillies, Royal Blues, which are the Royal Blues that I'm known for now, and what was it? Painted Fire Reds, Crystal Reds in one tank, and the other tank was Taiwan Bees. And so I just instantly got all these going. I did a cycle over the course of 2 months with some fish. Plopped the fish out. I did start a tank of yellows out of the 55 that I killed the tigers and blue velvets in. And then once I had the tank in the basement, everything just started going really good. I had the RO water kind of all set in stone. I knew what I was doing. I wasn't an amateur anymore. I had the fluval shrimp stratum that I still use to this day. I think it's a decent product. For the cost, it works really good. And everything was good. And then it all happened when I bred Taiwan bees. I had a decent amount of shadow panda babies and shadow King Kong babies, which are just Taiwan bees that are black and blue instead of black and white. And once I bred those, and I had the crystal reds, I had tons of babies in there. I had tons of babies out of the Sakuras or painted fire reds or whatever they were. The Carvin Rillies were going nuts. The blue or the royal blues started breeding. The yellows were breeding. Everything was breeding. I'm like, man, I finally figured this out. So I'm at this point, I'm getting closer to graduating college, and I'm like, okay, the community, you all were speaking to me, and you're like, man, you're doing a great job. We love the videos. Shrimp was a hot topic, and I'm like, there are not people breeding shrimp in the United States, and that's at the point where I'm like, man, like I can really make a run at this. Like I can really follow my passion and start shrimp. And so that's kind of just where it all took off. And I kind of sidetracked a little bit. I started working for that doctor I was telling you about, doing that accounting job, and that kind of all fell through after a couple months. And then I just sat down. I'm like, I'm gonna do the shrimp business. Built a nice business plan. Went out and got some investors. Really got people that believed in me and believed in what I wanted to do, and then the rest is history. Now, granted, it hasn't been an easy ride. No, sir. It has not been easy. There's nothing easy about it. There's been some ups, there's been some downs. But at the end of the day, standing here right now, talking to 111 people about shrimp, just telling you guys my story, I would say we got there. And if the shrimp business fails from this point on, I know that being here right now, this is like the pinnacle of where I wanted to be, and I'm so blessed by all of you for being here. And I know I always say that, but it's been a good ride, and I've had a lot of people believing in me. I've had a lot of people push me and build me up when I'm down, and just continue to go forward. And so very thankful for the people in my life. Got to give God all the glory. I know not all of you are religious, but I am, and I you got to give God the glory because without Him, I would have been in some dark places. But yeah, so much love to all you. You guys have really spoken to me too, and there's just been some great people. Thomas Kraft is one of them. I believe his last name's Kraft, but Thomas, he's one guy that he sends me, just emails out of the blue and just says, "Hey Rob, I was thinking about you, and I just want you to know that you're an awesome guy. You're doing great things." And he's one that just really speaks into me, and it's people like him, and even in the comments, people be sending me messages or leaving a comment just saying like nice things, and that's what keeps us going. So Kang Lee's another one. Kang Lee is just an awesome guy that we had the privilege of meeting. And if you guys haven't checked out Kang Lee's channel, definitely check him out because it's people like him that really make this hobby worth it. Because the hobby is rewarding in its own, but the community built around the hobby is what really makes it worth it. And that's the 111 people or however many are watching right now. That's all of us. And so much love to everyone and much love to this community because we're in this together. And it's really cool that we get to do that. So yeah, so all good. Let's see. I know I'm really far behind now on comments because that was a long story, but I forget who even asked me to say that. Kyle's Fishroom, thank you for bringing that up. I think it's really cool to kind of look backwards and see where we came from, and just kind of touch back on the past. Because for me, it's so easy to lose track of where I am. But if I look back at where I was, then all of a sudden where I am seems so much better. And so you always got to look back to remember how much further you've come. And so it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes you turn out worse, down the road. But you look back and you remember the good times, then you always strive to either get back to it or push forward. So yeah, so really really cool. But let's answer some questions. Greg Jones in the house. What's going on, Greg? Hopefully you're still in the house. He said, "Hey Robert, you going to the Aquatic Experience? Hope to see you there." Greg, I am definitely 100%, 1,000% going to the Aquatic Experience. I plan on having a booth there, selling some shrimp. I actually, Greg, if you didn't know this, I actually am a judge for the second international shrimp competition at the Aquatic Experience, which is a huge honor in itself, and I'm really privileged to be able to have that. It's humbling, and I need to humble myself and all that stuff. But it's really cool that they chose me to be a judge, and I know that it's gonna hopefully bring more people to the event. Because I'm going to be really pushing the event because I want to see as many people there as possible. I want to get a lot of people involved in submitting shrimp to be judged. And I think the more that we blow up this event, the quicker it's going to grow here in the United States. And that's good for all of us because we love this hobby and we want to see it grow. And so that's what it's all about. Man, I've been talking a lot. I'm starting to lose my voice. My wife, Amanda, I don't know if she's in the house, but she should have been home by now. And she needs to come up here and say hello. Maybe she went to my parents though. You never know. Let's see. Kingley said at Greg Jones, not only is Rob going, he's one of the judges for the shrimp competition. Congrats to Rob. Thank you so much, King, for saying that. That's really cool. I'm glad you guys saw that. Kenneth Ben says, anything I need to worry about using distilled water for shrimp? Nothing you have to worry about. Just know that you have to remineralize it. So pure distilled water, shrimp cannot live in. They can live in it for short periods of time, but they can't live in it, indefinitely. There's no minerals or anything like that in the water. Zach Thomas says Aurora Blues, which actually it's spelled Aura Blues, which is A-R. Oh man, you put me on the spot. Aurora. Maybe honestly, maybe it's not even pronounced Aurora, but it's Aura Blues or Aura Tigers. I don't know. So you're just gonna have to look up blue tigers. Well, that would probably just come up with orange-eyed blue tigers. But yeah, so Aurora Blues, ARU, or I don't know. If I'm not spelling right now, let me type it in chat. See, now I don't even remember how to say it. Aurora Blue Tigers. I don't know. It's on the website though. MC585 says, "How can I get a Flip Aquatics T-shirt website?" MC585. I think what we're gonna do. I've been meaning to get T-shirts for so long, and it's just been like one thing after another has prevented me from doing it. So I think what I'm gonna do is there's this great online website that I can actually upload a logo and put it on a T-shirt, and then sell it direct from the website. They'll ship it out to you. Professional, nicely done T-shirts. I've seen them in person, and so I'm really thinking I might just go that route just to get them out there because I know so many people want them. And so this one, we got this made for the aquatic experience, and luckily it still lasted me. They are really nice shirts, so I do need to get that done one way or the other. And it looks like we scroll down to the bottom. Let's scroll back up. At work making beer, says Thomas Kraft. So Thomas Kraft is in the house. Thomas, hopefully you heard me spreading some love to you, man. I really appreciate you being a part of this channel and this community and family. Let's see. Sashimi Whiskey said, I finally changed water in my red cherry shrimp tank. Haven't changed it since February. Saw a bunch of new babies today, so I had to change it just in case it crashes. Good, Sashimi. You need to get on that, man. Congrats on the babies, bro. At Sashimi, said the fish nerd. Kingley said, Rob, when are you getting that tattoo, the shrimp molt, when you flex? Yeah, so I'm going to have a shrimp, and then as I flex, the shrimp will molt. I think that'd be a hilarious tattoo. I don't even know how it could happen, but I might do that. KT's said, who's better shrimp keeper, you or Rachel O'Leary? Oh, you're trying to start stuff. I think Rachel is a really good shrimp keeper. I feel like I'm a decent shrimp keeper, and so who's better? That's I wouldn't say any one of us are better. I would say we're both just really good shrimp keepers. There's no competition here. We're all good at one thing or another, and we all have our specialties. And so I don't know. TJK said, "Why no CPA?" So here's the thing: is my passion is business. My passion is shrimp. Those are my two passions in life, and that's something I really feel called to. And so instead of going the accounting way, which would be become a partner in a firm and blah blah blah, that really wasn't for me. And so I didn't really I never even tried for my CPA. I just went straight into business, and God kind of provided a route for me, and that's the way I went. And I just haven't looked back. I have no regrets whatsoever. The one thing I never want to have in life is regret, and I'm happy to say that I have no regret up to this point. I've always done everything that I felt like I should have done. I've never said no to things, all that stuff. Rammer B says, Rob, were you in Terre Haute today, or was he in Inland Aquatics vid shat at another time? Sorry, that just made me laugh. Spent my first year of life there. Has a special place in my heart. Rammer, that's awesome, man. I actually shot that video, I want to say 2 weeks ago. So it's been a little while. I just got around to posting it. But so we were in Terre Haute for just hanging out with Amanda's family. But I will be back there probably within a month or two, I would say, because we like going back and spending some time with the in-laws. Joe Gillett says, cool. We're similar. I'm a CA, but work as a business partner, so mainly dealing with people, budget, etc. I'm in an insurance firm. I've never worked in practice, only commercial. Oh, well, Joel, that's really cool. So you know all about them numbers. I might have to get with you about getting me some good insurance. Valley Fish says, how many calls do you pull out from the warehouse tanks on a weekly average? Honestly, we don't pull out very many. Um, I would say it's more of a monthly basis. Like we'll go around once a month and take out ones that we don't like or something like that. Um, hmm. In a month, I would say no more, like probably around 50. So not a ton, not a ton at all. At KTs, we all know the answer to that. Oh no, I'm not reading that. I'm not going there. Kang Lee says, "How do we enter the contest?" Yeah, so the shrimp contest that we're doing next month, hopefully, I'm gonna get all the details ironed out. What I'm thinking is I'll set up. Um, I'm just reading all these. These comments are funny, but the way that I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a couple shrimp, like pick out different types on the website, and just say like any orders that come in that month or something like that. We'll have a way to sign up. I really don't have the details figured out, but I'll get there. It's been a crazy week, or it's been a crazy couple of months ever since we got the import in. I don't think it's ever stopped. But yeah, I'll have to figure all that out. Dylan Knott says, when do we get a full fish room update? Dylan, we can do a full fish room update this week. I would gladly get in there and shoot it for you. I haven't filmed it in a while. That's a great point. So I will. I'll make that a reality this week. Plan on seeing a full fish room tour at some point this week. I think you guys would. Sounds like you guys would enjoy that. So yeah, we'll try making that happen. Neon Tetra Aquarius says, "Can you crossbreed Bloody Mary and Fire Reds, and what would the cross look like?" You can cross them, and you'll get Bloody Marys. It depends. If I in the past when I've accidentally crossed them, I've just gotten Fire Red looking shrimp and Bloody Mary looking shrimp. Um, but yeah, I've never got like real funky looking shrimp by any means. Excuse me. Some people say that you'll get like chocolate looking shrimp out of them. I haven't had that in my experience, but I'm sure it does happen. Kyle's Fish Room says, "Sorry, I just noticed on the website some of the shrimp are female only. That's why I was curious." Oh, okay. So yeah, we're good now. McMurray Farm says, "I uploaded that video of the one-eyed shrimp this week." McMurray, I gotta check that out. McMurray, we talked on Wednesday. He has a shrimp that has one eye, and he was wondering once it molded if this eye would come back. And I think the conclusion we came to is it would not come back. But I told him to send me a picture of it because I've never seen a shrimp without an eye. And so, oh, Ruby's waking up. You know what that means? She gonna be pooping soon. Ruby, you stay back there. Here, come here, come here, come here. Let's get you on film. Come on. Oh, there's the girl. So we'll hold her up here because if I don't, she's gonna pee or poop somewhere. Oh, that big yawn. She's such a good dog. Yep, we're still good. All right, so yes, story time. So I'm just now to the point where you guys were hearing my story. I think Amanda was beeping. Let's see. McMurray Farm says, if you want a good mic, get the Blue Yeti mic. It's affordable and freaking awesome. Blue Yeti. Let me write that down. Blue. Oh, this ain't gonna write. There it is. Blue Yeti mic. Let's make that happen. Blue Yeti. That's the worst handwriting I think I've ever had. We'll also be getting Aurora Blue Tigers. Good, Clarence. Yeah, definitely get them. They're awesome. We are going to order more in with the import. That's what I was meaning to say. I got distracted. Still no video. Hit the refresh button if you're not getting it. I think everyone else, Kingley and Rob, we trust. Thank you. Kyle said, great story, Rob. Let's see. McMurray says, thanks for sharing your story, Rob. It touched me. That's awesome. Nick's Aquatics says, where's the Aquatic Experience? It's located in Chicago at I want to say the Schamberg something center, convention center, something like that. Oh, that's great. Minower and Lures said, Rob, update on your Annie, please. Still praying. So if you guys didn't know this, my aunt was in a car accident probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. She was hit by a guy that was he was high on heroin. He went through red light and T-boned my aunt. My two cousins were in the car. My one cousin, Courtney, was completely fine. Scratched up a little bit. My cousin Austin got banged up real good. I think he broke his collarbone and maybe his arm. And then my aunt got it the worst. She like had a broken back. She was just really messed up. And for the longest time she was like non-responsive. Like, she was responsive, so she was still alive, but like she wasn't. She was in a coma. She wasn't waking up, and they didn't know what was going on. And so it was like 2 weeks, and then she finally woke up. They put a trachea in, and so she's doing a lot better now. She finally like got to the point where she smiles and stuff like that. So she's awake. I believe her procedures all went really well, and they said it's going to be probably another week or two before they know the extent of the damages, and so like if she's going to be able to walk again, things like that. So she's definitely not out of the woods, but she's a lot closer to the edge of the woods now. So thank you so much for saying that and praying for her. That really means a lot. That was a scary time for my family, and my aunt and uncle and their two kids, so my cousins, they are like a very 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 close knit family. They do everything together, and so I know that my uncle was pretty devastated when all this happened, and so yeah, so you guys sending prayers their way, that was huge. Oh, Amanda's home. Oh, Amanda might be coming up. She might be coming up to get the puppy. I'll try getting her on camera. Let's see. Okay, so here we were. Aurora Blue. Yeah, Aura Blue. Yeah, that's right. My goodness, my spelling was terrible. David Oy says, "What's your opinion on academia?" So I think I've never personally used academia, so I really can't give you my opinion. I know that it was really hot when I first got into shrimp, and I wasn't able to get any, and they banned it from the United States. And so over in the UK, I'm sure you can still get it. Ruby, here, let's slide this way. There we go. All right. So hopefully Amanda will come up and get the puppy. But yeah, academia, I really don't know because I've never personally used it. Lup Diesel. McMurray Farm says, "Do you think you'll be able to ship a few T-shirts to me in South Africa?" I will 100% try. I will send them to you, and hopefully nothing happens, and you get them. That's my goal. So yeah, I will make that happen, McMurray. I didn't know you're from South Africa, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. That makes it so much cooler. What time is it over there? Mandalin FSU says, "Do you know when you'll be getting the Flamingo Crips back in stock?" Oh, I'm so glad you asked that. We actually are getting 30 Crip Flamingos in stock. They're coming in Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. So we're restocking on tissue culture plants and getting them in. The main reason I'm getting them in is the Madison Club and the Milwaukee Club, where I'm speaking at in Wisconsin this coming weekend. Those two clubs really wanted tissue culture plants. So I'm taking all the tissue culture plants with me. I'm going to let them go through and pick out what they want. And then whatever's left, I'm going to list on the website. And if you guys really want to start seeing more tissue culture plants, I can get them in. But yeah, I'm fine with just getting them in. I don't know. I think I was just so busy with the import order that I didn't get them in. And so great question. DET Aquariums, what's going on, Daryl? Daryl said, hope you're doing well. Daryl, let me know how the galaxies are doing. You haven't contacted me, so I'm assuming they're doing really well. And so Daryl did an awesome video for us. He did an unboxing, and he showed off the two Galaxy Pintos that we sent him. And so Daryl did an awesome video. He definitely did the shrimp justice, and I really appreciate him doing that. Let's see. Neon Tetra Aquarius says, "Rob, what was it like to get your first 1,000 subscribers? I'm in my way, and I'm super hyped." Getting 1,000 subscribers was a huge milestone for me. I don't really remember what I felt in the moment, but I remember at that point I was just like, man, like 1,000 people are interested in my content. Like that's crazy to me. And at that point I was working in a church, so I'm like, man, if we got 1,000 people on one weekend, that's like a ton of people. So I was like, that's crazy. And then I hit 10,000, and it was like so humbling. And it was really, really good. And now we're creeping our way to 20,000. That's my next goal. I wanted to try to hit 25,000 by the end of the year. I don't know if that's realistic, but that was my goal. And so we're gonna try to push our way there. and see how it all works out. But yeah, it's it's so humbling, um, being in this community and having so many people interested in what we're doing. Valley Fish says, "Do the green jades breed true?" I will let you know very soon. Our babies are just now growing up, and I don't know. It's too hard to tell what they look like. But as soon as I know what they look like, I will tell you. Oh, you gotta go potty, Rubes. You want to say hi to everyone? Mwah. Sorry if that hurt you guys' ears. I'm trying to distract her. Neon Tetra. Oh, I already read that one. Max, what's going on from France? Appreciate you being here. Shout out to all my French people out there. Ama Aquatics says, "Why are my cherry shrimp losing color and going almost clear?" Well, first of all, hopefully, well, if you put them on a dark substrate, they'll start coloring up. Hopefully, you didn't get them from us because that would be bad. We always try to keep our cherry shrimp on like zero cut, like white substrate, so that they dull their colors out. And so maybe the shrimp that you got, somebody was feeding them color enhancing food that really got their color up high. And if that's the case, then they probably had them really red and kept them on like dark substrate. And then when you got them, they dulled out in color. So that might be what's happening. Like if you're keeping them on sand. Joey Jones Aquatics says, "Hey, love Diesel Flip Aquatics. Last week I mentioned me writing a paper about someone who inspired me. I did you and Amanda. I got my paper back and got an A minus. Joey, that is so freaking cool, man. That is like, I don't know. I have nothing to say. Like it almost like I'm a sensitive. Like I wouldn't say I'm sensitive, but like I'm definitely in touch with my emotions. And oh, there's Amanda. Manny, want to be on the video? Aw, everyone wants to see you. Yeah, they do. They've been asking about you all day. No, they seriously have. Do you guys want to see Amanda? Well, Joey, first of all, Joey wrote a paper about us, and he turned it into a school, and he got an A minus. And the paper was titled "People That Inspired Him." Isn't that sweet? He should have gotten an A plus. I agree so much. Steampot Aquatics says he is sensitive. Oh, there's my girl. Whoa, 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 whoa! we can't have this. This is PG-13 in here. Come on now. That is so funny. You guys, I'm not letting you guys do this replay. We're taking this off. That's funny. But yeah, so we got Amanda in the house. Amanda had her first ever Mother's Day, and and she was celebrating with the puppy. And I told you guys earlier, the Steampot said rated R. But yeah, so sorry, she says. Everyone's laughing. But yeah, so Amanda had her first ever Mother's Day because she's a puppy mother, and so that was really cool. The way you guys met was so cute. And Glorious Betta's in the house. What's going on? So happy you joined us. I joined Inglorious Betta's live stream the other day, and she had a really good one going. So Inglorious, thank you for being here. If you guys don't know Inglorious Betta's, definitely check out her channel. She has an awesome channel. Brit Aquatics says puppy mamas are the best. They are the best. Much love to puppy moms. That's so funny. Oh my goodness, we missed a super chat. Shrimp Society coming in with a super chat. Shrimp Society, thank you so much. Always include a message with your super chat. We want to hear from you. We want to know what's going on. If there's a question I can answer for you, I want to do that. But thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Super chats really do help us out. It like enables us for me to step away from electrical and do shrimp more full time. So you guys are really enabling me to take on my dream and do shrimp full time. So it's really cool when you guys do super chats. Thank you. What I do? We're right here. Yeah. Neon Tetra Aquarius says, whenever you guys decide to have kids, you can say that Amanda is buried up. That's funny. Neon Tetra. McMurray Farm says those royal or RGBs on his headphones when Rob turns his head, pimping out the shrimp colors. Oh, you see that? Changing colors on me? Oh, yeah. So let's see. We got any more questions? Jose Corona says, "What shrimp like a pH of around 7.8?" So you might be able to get away having neos in that. The other thing you could try is Sulawesi shrimps, like cardinals. Cardinals, not cardinal tetras, but cardinal shrimp, Sulawesi shrimp. They tend to like a higher pH. I'm actually just getting ready to get some because so many people have been asking about them, and so I'm really excited to do that. But let's see. We got 114 people in the house. We got 79 likes, 0 dislikes. That means I must have been doing something right. I know because I said that though. I'm probably gonna get one. But thank you guys for all the love, support. I'm glad you guys tuned in on this Mother's Day. We got probably another 3 minutes before we got to end the stream, and we'll probably head over to Corey from Aquarium Co-op's live stream and show him some support as well. But I'm really excited to show you guys what we got going on as far as. Oh my gosh, Panda! I didn't even know Panda Lee was in the house. My wife. Oh, we did get one dislike. You stinkers. I love it. That's funny. But yeah, so we got a lot of awesome things coming up in the near future, and I am so excited to be a part of it. Robert Merle in the house. What's going on, Robert? Congrats on being a shrimp judge. Do they know that you are colorblind? Yes, they do know, and luckily, you guys are stinkers. Everyone that disliked it just switched it to a like. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Neon Tetra, I knew it was you. Do they know you're colorblind? So I'm 99.99% sure they know I'm colorblind. But the good thing about judging shrimp is you really like. I can't see shades, right? So shades are my tough spot. So like when you have like a greenish shrimp, like I don't know if it's yellow or orange or green, but I can look at it and be like, wow, it has really good color in the legs. It has good color all around. Like the overall color is really great. It's healthy. It's big. So I can still judge shrimp without knowing the exact color of what they are because we separate into categories too. So like all the categories are like blue shrimp. So I know like we're grading for blue. So every shrimp in this category is blue. And I always have Amanda with me to keep me straight. So I'm sure she'll be there helping me out with the shrimp competition and me being colorblind.
You told people that?
Yeah, people know. Whoa! Come on.
Remember, if you don't draw attention to it,
PG.
only the perfect notice.
Well, I'm not that, so we're good. My mom's in the house. Andrea Lupton's in the house. She says we always love to see Amanda at Panda Lee smiling face on your videos. Panda Lee's in the house. We love her. The Platy Pen says at Love Diesel Flip Aquatics. Have you heard of shrimp dying from metals dissolving from the hot water tank during a water change? Platy Pen, I have not heard of that, but I'm sure it could happen. I mean, in theory, it makes perfect sense. So, yep. Yeah, Tetra. Yeah. Kids, look away. It's rated R. That's so funny. But no, it's not. Come on now. I didn't mean to. But yeah, so it's all good. My mom's in the house. Mom, if you didn't watch the beginning of this video, check it out. I definitely gave you a heartfelt message and showed you some love. My dad is so funny. I'll just tell one quick story and then we'll wrap it up. My mom always puts these live streams on the big screen TV in their living room, and my dad is like glued to the TV all other times of the day. And so my dad, when she puts it on, he's just like, like, can we just watch the news? So my dad he's not as supportive of the YouTube channel as my mom is, but that's all good. And so I'm sure my dad's sitting there like, come on, Ange, like, let's watch something else. And so that's what's going on right now. But thank you so much, Mom, for being an amazing mother. And I want to end by saying, all you mothers out there, thank you, because you're the reason that we are all here today. So love you guys. Love everything that we're doing. I really enjoyed hanging out with every single one of you. Let's go hang out with Corey from Aquarium Co-op, and we will catch up later this week. You guys make it a great day or a great night, and we'll let Amanda give you guys the send-off.
What?
Come on, baby. You got to tell me you love them.
Much love from this side of the camera to yours. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.